Let us see and discuss the factors that affect the sensitivity of a company to the business cycle. And here we will see this through cyclical and non-cyclical forms. Okay. Before going to the much detail, let us first see what is a business cycle. Business cycle is a fluctuation in the economic activity of nations. Okay, such as the cycle consists of expansions. Okay, it consists of expansions in many economic activities at the same time across the nations. Okay, followed by recessions. Okay, followed by the recessions in many economic activities, which is again across the nations. So that is a cycle which takes place or looks like expansion comes after recession, which is followed by expansion, then and so on. Okay, now let us see cyclical forms. Cyclical forms here, their earnings are totally dependent on the stage of the business cycle. Okay, so their earnings and operating income are highly volatile in nature, and their products and services, what happens, they are often expensive and generally seen as unnecessities. Okay, and they can be their purchase can be delayed as and when the economy improves. Okay, and the examples of cyclical forms are like this financial services, technology, consumer and producer durables, to name a few. Okay, now we will see the non-cyclical forms. In non-cyclical forms, their demand of products and services are relatively stable throughout the business cycle. Example are consumer staples, telecommunication and healthcare, etc. Okay, and they are further divided into growth forms and defensive forms. In the case of defensive industries, what happen here, they are least affected by the stage of the business cycle. Example is like consumer staple. Okay, and for growth firms, they are highly unaffected by the stage of the business cycle. Okay, so that is about the growth firms. Now when we are using this cyclical, growth and defensive firms, we have to be careful, because see, suppose for example cyclical industries or cyclical firms, here sometimes the growth firms or growth industries, they come under the cyclical firms, whereas the growth firms, as we saw, it comes under non-cyclical firms. Okay, and this defensive firms, okay, defensive or non-cyclical firms, okay, non-cyclical firms, sometimes they become very risky to invest. Okay, such as like during the recession of 2000, that happened during the year 2008 and 9. Okay, so it is not like always this non-cyclical firms are a safe bet. Okay, so we have to be very careful when we are using this term cyclical, then this growth and defensive firms. So that is about it, the business cycle, the cyclical and non-cyclical firms. Thank you very much.